Imagine this. A normal day like any other. You wake up, grab your coffee, and with that mix of hope and hesitation, you check your messages. There they are, notifications of low balance, a friendly reminder from the bank that feels more like a sentence, collection emails that arrive like marked letters of a financial destiny you try to avoid. You know this feeling, don't you? Every click seems to echo with a weight you carry on your shoulders. The numbers on the ATM display are like a mirror reflecting a reality you want to change, but don't know how. Minimum credit card payments, accumulating installments. It's as if with every step forward, you take 2 steps back. Then comes the night, the silence of your room, but the mind doesn't quiet down. Sleep is interrupted, not by city lights, but by thoughts of what's to come. Tomorrow is an enigma, and today, a financial maze from which it seems impossible to escape. You find yourself in a slow dance with the debt balance that always seems to lead. Now, what if I told you there's a way out? A light at the end of this tunnel of debt, a solution that perhaps you've never considered. I'm talking about something that goes beyond numbers, beyond compound interest, and debt negotiations. What you're going to discover here today may seem like a mystery, a promise of something more. What if there was a divine intervention ready to help you clear your financial life? A powerful prayer that, if done with faith and conviction, could be the key to a turnaround in your story? Stay with me, because this is not just any video. This is the video that can change the course of your financial journey. Before it's too late, discover how this divine intervention can sweep away your debts and restore the peace that money can't buy. Remember to click the like button below. It really helps spread the message of faith and abundance to more people who might need this boost today. And of course, if you're not already part of our community here on the Abundance and Faith channel, click the subscribe button so you don't miss our future videos. Oh, and don't forget to share this video with friends, family, or on your social networks. You never know who might need to hear exactly what we're sharing today. Your help could be someone's answer to prayer. You've tried everything. Budgets, spreadsheets, finance apps, consultations with debt specialists. Conventional tactics and strategies that make sense on paper but in practice seem to just scratch the surface of the problem. You cut expenses, negotiate interest rates, consolidate debts, and still, it seems like the mountain never diminishes. It's exhausting, isn't it? But what if there was something beyond these traditional approaches? What if, beyond numbers and calculations, there existed another level of influence, another type of power within your reach? I'm talking about a deeper connection, a resource that resides in the realm of faith, spirituality, something that isn't seen but is felt and lived. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A divine intervention? How can that help with my debts? It seems like a leap of faith, I understand. After all, we're accustomed to believing only in what we can touch, measure, and prove. But don't underestimate the power of the unseen, of that which resides within us and which many cultures and traditions throughout history have sought to find solutions to seemingly unsolvable problems. I'm not saying to abandon sensible financial management practices, far from it. What I'm suggesting is that perhaps there's room for something more. A spiritual dimension that, when accessed, can effect changes as real as any payment you make. A force that, when summoned with sincerity and courage, can cause a turnaround in your reality. So, before dismissing the idea, before clicking to the next video, I invite you to explore this possibility. Let me introduce you to this powerful prayer, which has transformed lives and restored not only financial health but the peace of mind of countless individuals around the world. Because sometimes, the miracle we seek is just a prayer away. Today, let's delve into a practice that for some is the missing link in the journey to financial freedom. I'm not talking about a secret investment strategy or a get-rich-quick scheme that promises more than it can deliver. I'm talking about a prayer an ancient practice with roots as deep as human history itself. The prayer we're going to discuss didn't start on Wall Street, nor was it conceived in the corridors of financial power. Its origin is humble, probably born in the troubled heart of someone much like you and me, someone seeking an answer, a relief from the weight of seemingly overwhelming debts. Over time, this prayer gained strength. It began to spread, from mouth to mouth, from generation to generation, crossing borders and cultures. It was adopted by people from all walks of life, who saw in it a source of hope, a channel to express their financial concerns and seek help in a greater plan that transcends our rational understanding. This prayer became popular not because it was promoted by some major institution or endorsed by a famous influencer. It became popular because it touched something in people's hearts, something true and powerful. Stories of transformations and triumphs began to accumulate, stories of vanished debts, unexpected provisions, and turnarounds that no one could have predicted. You might be wondering how something as simple as a prayer can have such a profound impact. The truth is, sometimes the answers to our most complicated questions are found in the simplicity of opening our hearts and asking for help. And that's exactly what this prayer offers, a path to connect with a greater force, a sincere plea for intervention in our finances. As we enter this realm of financial faith, remember that the true magic isn't in the words that are spoken but in the faith with which they are uttered. So get ready, because we're going to delve into the history and practice of this prayer that has the potential to change not just your bank balance but your entire life. And now, we come to the most anticipated moment. Let's set aside theory and dive directly into the substance, into the essence that has the potential to catalyze real changes in your financial life. This is not just a sequence of words, but an appeal, an invocation of faith and hope. It's not a magical formula, but a practice of surrender and trust. Close your eyes, if that helps you concentrate. Take a deep breath and find a point of calm within you. Imagine yourself handing over each of your financial concerns, each bill, each debt, each uncertainty about the future into hands more capable than your own. Now, with an open heart and a focused mind, listen to these words, and if you feel they resonate with you, repeat them after me, whether aloud or in silence, with all the sincerity you can gather. Source of all provision and abundance, I stand before you today, acknowledging my need and my weakness. My finances are in disarray, and my heart is burdened. I ask that your infinite wisdom guide me and your mighty hand sustain me. Faced with the debts that afflict me and the obligations that weigh me down, I ask for a clear path and renewed strength to walk it. May every step I take toward financial freedom be guided by your light. Grant me the serenity to accept the debts I cannot change at the moment, the courage to actively work on those I can, and the wisdom to discern the best way to deal with them. I ask for unexpected resources, opportunities for growth, and the ability to better manage what I already possess. May prosperity not just be a wish but a reality in my life, reflecting not only in my bank balance but also in my generosity and gratitude. May this prayer not be a cry into the void but a dialogue with the source of all wealth and peace. With faith and hope, I place my financial concerns in your hands, trusting that the help I need is on its way. So be it, may it be done, and may it manifest in my life, with the grace and perfect order of the universe. Amen. Take a deep breath again. Feel the energy of these words and the intention behind them. The prayer you've just recited is a step toward financial transformation, but remember that it is only the beginning. Practical actions in the material world are still necessary, but now you have an invisible ally on your journey. May you find the peace and prosperity you seek, and may your faith be the bridge between your hopes and your reality. Now that we've shared the prayer, you might be wondering how and when is the best time to pray. Prayer isn't just about the words we say, it's also about our approach and the attitude with which we present ourselves. So, let's talk about best practices to make your prayer more effective. The key to effective prayer isn't so much when, but how. It's important to find a quiet place where you can be without interruptions. This could be in the morning, before starting your day, when the house is still quiet. Or perhaps at night, after everyone has gone to bed. The important thing is to choose a moment when you can be present, focused, and unhurried. When you begin to pray, do so with intention. Before saying the words, take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Set aside the distractions of your day and focus on your intention to seek clarity, help, and wisdom for your finances. Approach your prayer with sincerity. There's no need to recite the words mechanically or hurriedly. Instead, feel each phrase, each word. Imagine them as an intimate conversation, as if you were speaking with a mentor or a close friend. Be honest about your fears, your hopes, and your needs. Consistency is also important. Daily prayer practice can help strengthen your faith and keep you focused on your financial goals. However, it's not about quantity but quality. Even if you can only devote a few minutes to this practice each day, make sure those minutes count. And remember, prayer is about opening yourself to receive help, but it's also about commitment. After praying, be open to follow any intuitions, inspirations, or opportunities that may arise. Prayer can open doors, but it's up to you to take the necessary steps through them. Finally, keep the faith, even if the changes don't happen immediately. Sometimes, the answers to our prayers come in ways we don't expect, and it may take time for the benefits to manifest in our material lives. Be patient and continue the practice, trusting that you are being heard and that help is on the way. So, to summarize, find a quiet moment, focus your intention, pray sincerely, practice regularly, follow inspired actions, and keep the faith. These are the best practices that can make your prayer not just an act of faith, but an effective step towards the financial transformation you seek. As our journey through the power of financial prayer continues, let's delve into stories that, for many, can be as surprising as they are inspiring. We're talking about personal accounts, testimonies of individuals who found themselves facing the abyss of financial ruin and who, through a commitment to prayer, witnessed extraordinary turnarounds in their lives. Imagine for a moment that you're hearing directly from someone who lived through this experience. A person who, like many, was drowning in debt, feeling that each day brought a new bill, a new reminder of broken financial promises. This person could be a friend, a family member, or a colleague. They speak with a sincerity that cannot be faked, with eyes that reflect the surprise and relief of someone who saw their reality change before their eyes. They begin to tell how prayer was not part of their daily routine. Perhaps they were skeptical, perhaps they simply didn't know where to start. But in a moment of desperation, they turned to this ancient practice. They remember how they felt when they recited the words for the first time, uncertainty mixed with a thread of hope. They describe how, after weeks or months of continuous commitment to prayer, they began to notice changes. Some talk about receiving unexpected tax refunds, others about job opportunities that arose out of nowhere, and there are still those who speak of debts being forgiven in ways they can barely comprehend. One particular account stands out. A woman, let's call her Maria, shares her emotional story. She was on the brink of bankruptcy, unsure of how she would feed her children the following week. Maria began praying every night, pleading for intervention. And then, something incredible happened. An old friend, unaware of her financial situation, reached out to repay a loan that Maria had forgotten about for years. This money was enough to help her balance her accounts and take the necessary step to begin rebuilding her financial life. And there's more. Other people echo similar feelings, speaking about how prayer helped them find the strength to make better financial decisions, such as saving more diligently or seeking debt counseling. They don't claim that prayer is a magic wand that instantly solves all problems, but rather a tool that helped them open their hearts and minds to solutions they couldn't see before. These accounts are more than just stories of financial success, They are narratives about regaining hope, finding peace amid chaos, and discovering that sometimes help comes from the most unexpected sources. These stories are a reminder that while prayer may not be the answer for everyone, for some, it was the beginning of a new and more promising financial journey. As we continue our discussion about prayer as a means of seeking relief and guidance in financial matters, it is crucial to pause for an important clarification. While stories of financial transformation through prayer are powerful and inspiring, it is essential to understand that prayer alone is not a complete solution to financial challenges. Let's think of it as a partnership. On one side, we have prayer, which can serve as a spiritual support, a way to focus our minds and spirits on what we wish to achieve. Prayer can be a catalyst for change, an instrument to find peace and clarity amid the chaos of debts and financial instability. It can help us envision the path ahead and inspire us to pursue our goals with renewed vigor. However, on the other side of this partnership is practical action. It is essential to understand that financial responsibility and practical measures to get out of debt are indispensable components of the equation. Praying for financial guidance without taking the necessary steps to change our situation is like asking for health and continuing to make choices that harm our well-being. So, while we seek strength and wisdom through prayer, we must also commit to sound financial planning. This means establishing a budget, identifying ways to cut expenses, seeking additional sources of income, and, if necessary, seeking the advice of financial professionals. It's a process that requires honesty with oneself, discipline, and the willingness to make tough decisions at times. Remember that prayer can be a refuge for the spirit and a source of inner strength, but it must be accompanied by tangible efforts in the material world. When we combine faith with practical action, we equip ourselves with the necessary tools to not only face our financial challenges but also to overcome them. Therefore, as you continue your journey of prayer for financial prosperity, always keep in mind that prayer and action must go hand in hand. It is this combination that creates a comprehensive strategy for overcoming debts and achieving financial stability. Believe in the power of prayer, but also believe in the power of your own actions. Together, they form the path to true abundance and financial peace. I want to leave you with a challenge. A challenge that may seem simple at first glance but has the potential to be profoundly transformative. I invite each of you, no matter where you are or what debts you are facing, to apply the practice of prayer in your lives for just 7 days. Start by choosing a time of day when you can have tranquility, whether it's early in the morning or at night, before going to sleep. Use this time to connect with yourself and what you consider to be a greater source of guidance and strength. Speak openly about your financial concerns, your hopes, and what you need to overcome the debts that are weighing on your life. Throughout these 7 days, keep a prayer journal. Write down not only your prayers and requests, but also any thoughts or inspirations that arise during this sacred time. Perhaps you'll notice emerging patterns or have ideas on how to approach your finances in a new way. During this period, I also encourage you to continue with your usual financial responsibilities. Prayer is not a free pass to ignore bills or tough decisions, but it can be a source of wisdom and courage to face them more effectively. After these 7 days, I invite you to return to this video. Leave a comment with your experiences. Share the changes you noticed, whether internal, like a greater sense of peace and focus, or external, like making more assertive financial decisions. Your journey might be exactly what someone needs to hear to start their own. Remember, this exercise is not about seeking instant miracles. It's about opening your heart and mind to guidance that can not only transform your financial situation but also how you relate to money and adversity. So, do you accept the challenge? Dedicate 7 days to prayer focused on your financial prosperity and see what happens. I look forward to hearing about your journey and the lessons you will find along the way. If you felt a connection with the stories and practices we shared today, show your support by liking this video. If you believe this message may resonate with others, please share it. Let's spread positivity and hope to everyone seeking abundance and faith in their lives. And if you're not yet part of our community here on the Abundance and Faith channel, I invite you to subscribe right now. By subscribing, you join a community of people who, like you, are in search of growth, prosperity, and inspiration. Don't miss the chance to nourish your faith and life with positivity. Click subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's embark on this journey of abundance together. Thank you for watching, and until the next video.